Hello and welcome to another episode of Monifactory with Squiz98. So between episodes I did create another steam machine, which is the, I don't know what it's called, but it's basically a centrifuge, I think. The separator, steam separator. Now I've never worked out what to use it for, but I thought, you know what, I'll have it just in case. So we now have the grinder, which I can't remember what's making. Oh yeah, crushed pyrite. Because I want to throw that through a couple of the other machines I've got now. So over here, I think these ones we had last time, but I have also created this basic thermal centrifuge. So I'm putting the pyrite through there to try and get tricalcium phosphate dust, which I can then mix with gold to create glowstone, which I thought was going to be quite useful. I've also added a couple of drawers here, so and I've added upgrades to those. I've also added my coins into there. I had, and over here we have two chests. Now I said I was going to make the things to get this up and running, which is the electric blast furnace and the pyrolyzer. Where's that one? The pyrolyze oven. So I believe I have all of the components to make those. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start off by getting rid of this sugarcane. That's right, just it's easy. So apologies for that. I think there must be some pollen in the air. Right, so what we're going to do is we'll take this out first. So got everything we need there, so that's basically I don't need that. But if I do this, then do this, and then we can do this. So on the bottom we need, so we're going to put our input and output, our furnace there. That's our electric blast furnace. That is, no. That's the energy hatch. Or is that the energy hatch? I lose track of what we've got here. So we've got input and output. That might be a fluid output. Crude pinnacle coil, maintenance and muffler. So let's start building this. So I thought I'd do it here. So let's start doing it here. That there. Right, so I want to put my input bus here. Put my output bus here. Now my plan is to put my two LV connectors here, energy hatches. So you have to use two LVs because otherwise you don't get MV. So that's why I'm going to put that there, that there. I need to connect them up, but we'll do that in a minute. Now what else we got here? Muffler hatch, that goes at the top in the middle. LV input hatch. So they're for fluids. What I might do is they have to go on this side. So let's put these here. So input hatch, output hatch, and then I believe I just put that there, that there. Actually, I can probably put these on the top. Think about it. So I will move these up and use two more of these. Then we do cupronickel coils. Right, so I'll put the input hatch here, the output hatch here, then I will put my maintenance hatch here. Fill in this one here. And then we should have the muffler hatch, which just goes in the top here. So that's now a completed MV tier because it's overclocked. Right, so I just need to go and get my wire cutters, which I forgot, which are in here. I repaired all these tools because they were getting a bit unkempt. Right, so now I also have a 16 converter. Now I seem to remember, try not to walk into that. So if I take my wrench and then, nope, I think I have to shift it. Cool. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a laser node, put that on top there, and then put this on the down, stick that in there, and I forgot my wrench, which is in here still. Where is it? That one. And if I then do this, so there to there, that's now getting power. That's getting power, that's getting power. So we have an input bus. I mean, they're in the LV ones. So what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to take 4 stacks of aluminium. And we are going to throw this in here and see what happens. Oh, it needs maintenance. Right, so let's get our soft mallet. I think that's the one it generally needs, which is this one. Go to our maintenance hatch, and then so we need a screwdriver, hard hammer, and a crowbar. Right. Screwdriver, hammer, and crowbar. They're here somewhere. I know they're here somewhere. Hammer. And now I just need to find the crowbar, which should be easy to find because it's yellow. Ah, there it is. Right. So if I go in with these, I should be able to get this thing started. So there. Right, so that's all formed. So why is this not doing anything? Aluminium ingot. So I need to call it circuit 2. So if I do, is it on here? Yeah, put that into circuit 2. That should start. Nope. Oh, that needs nitrogen gas or circuit 1 if you don't have the nitrogen gas. Right, let's throw it on circuit 1. Now, what I need to see is how well these cope with the power drain. So they're staying alright. They're dropping quite dramatically. Okay. Yeah, well that one is. That one's already down. That one's full. That one's, yeah, they're dropping dramatically just by powering this. So we need to look at other methods of powering this if we want to have. I mean, that's made one piece of that, and we're not struggling for steam, but we're struggling for power. So let's turn this off. I mean, before we sort of like kill everything else. Now, so we should have 3 pieces, there we go. Right, let's put together the pyrolyzer oven, but let's not break everything whilst doing it, because that's never a good plan. Right, put all of those tools up there, grab everything out of there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 2 over, so we've got space for stuff. Right, let's have a look at this. That one now. So we've got input hatch. That looks like one of the, oops. So, where have I put it? It's here somewhere. That one. So input hatch and output hatch. So input hatch, output hatch, and then like these. Two pyrolyzers, and then what are these ones? Oh, they'll be the power. Okay. So, right, so one there, not one there. This is a longer one. So, one of those. Put that in one place. So those go there. And then we want to put one of those there. And then alright, let's look at layer 2. Yep, so what we got there? The muffler, that's the muffler hatch. Okay, that's fine. So that one, yep. One there. Or is that a fluid one? Oh, wrong way around. Right, okay, so I don't want those there. Oh, the bus is there. So right there. Up there. So if we jump up to there. So I need these 6 to go along here. Alright. I will wrench that in a minute. And then we got a maintenance hatch, which I will put here. 1, 2, 3, and then put this one in here. So that's formed. So now I want my wrench. No, that's fine. That's actually right. So that's the maintenance hatch. Right. So let's see, what maintenance does it need? Right, wrench. Right, cool. And then my power is here. So there. Get my wire cutters. And then we put this down here, and then wrench it. Then I can put this here on the east side. We put our energy card in. Take this, and then we will. So we'll do it from this one. So that's getting power. They're getting power. So the pyrolyzer is now up and running. But as I say, we are dangerously low on power for this now. So what we need to do is we need to create a few more machines. So yeah, these two can now go. Yeah, so there. I mean, that one's still struggling a little bit. But if I was to turn this back on, you will see that they will all just start dropping. Oops, don't get to touch the pipe. But yeah, they're all going to start dropping down, and things will stop working. Because this thing takes how much power? So. Okay, that's... right, that's starting to drop. No, it's not. It's keeping up. That's dropping significantly, though. So, I mean, we could just put another 2 of these in. And... I mean, that could work if I put them against these, run some steam pipes across, and negate this. That is a possibility. It does appear to be sort of kind of keeping up. Yeah, it's kind of keeping up. We'll see how we get on, because this is a... If I was to put nitrogen in this, it would make it a lot quicker, I think. But I have no way of making nitrogen at the moment. So, but what we could do get into is probably cost on neural networks. So let's have a look at what that takes. So first off, we need to make this, which is fine gold wire, easy electrical steel. Right, that's one of the things we need to make. So, smelting, electrical steel, mixer. Oh, okay, so that's silicon dust and steel dust. That's not difficult. We have plenty of both. Well, we've got the way of making it. Right, let's grab 2 stacks of that. 2 stacks of that. Let's throw this through the macerator. While I've got this here, let's mute this damn thing. Ah, that's a separator, not a mixer. Right, okay. That's fine. Do I have a mixer? I must have. No. That's the... Okay, so I don't actually have a mixer. That's fine. But can I just... I wonder... let's try this through the alloy smelter. Because if electrical steel's that easy, I'm a bit annoyed. But I haven't done it yet. So let's grab, once this is finished doing this, one more craft. Let's just try this. So I'm gonna just break this for the minute. So if I throw that in there, that's now making electrical steel. Okay. So I could have made electrical steel before the blast furnace, which I did not realise. But obviously the blast furnace is required for the aluminium. Unless you're American, then it's aluminum. Okay, so we're getting electrical steel, which is nice. Yep. Can't remember what I needed that for now, but I feel like it was needed. And I feel like it was a point where... Oh yeah, right, so let's have a look at, again, at hostile. So electrical steel plates, fine. Pulsating mesh. So that's cooked down uranium for the moment, which I have a little bit of. So if I smelt that down, because I can't think of anything else I need it for at the moment. And I need 4 of these, which is coal dust, carbon dust, and string. Now, string I haven't got a way of getting lots of yet, but I did see some sheep around here. So if I grab some leads, which I'm sure I've got in here. Yep. Let's go find some sheep. There's one. Are there any more around? Well, let's put this one in a pen with the cows for the minute. And then see if we can find another one. That's one sheep in there. Let's see if we can find another one, because I'm going to need water string soon, and I'm not sure of but until I get into hostile neural networks, I don't know a way of doing it easily, because you can use the spider, I think, but that takes a little bit of time to get to. So if I can find another sheep, I can breed them up and get wool from that. Let's see if there's always one over by the village, because that's where I found the cows. So I might get lucky. Looks like a pig over there, horse. Chicken. Every animal under the sun apart from a sheep. There's a chicken there. A chicken or a sheep? Yes, a chicken. Yeah, chicken. Stupid chicken. Pig. Oh, actually, this will be useful to find. Forgotten this was here. While we're here, should we dig into this and get our presses for? Oops. Mysterious cube. So we now have all of our presses. Nice. So where's the water coming from? Or is it just there's a... Right, let's break this. Right, there's a flawless, that's a damaged. So we'll take that away. That's a flawless. That's these are flawed. That can go. Damaged. Block. Flawless. 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 Flawed. So it looks like we've got 3 flawless things here, which is quite nice actually. So let's try and work our way out of this. So oh, that's not what we wanted to see. Alright. So if I do this, there we go. I can get in and out of that now without problem. So that's cool. Okay. Let's get back. So let's put a marker here of yeah. So it's flawless. So cool. So we now know where the flawless Certus is. What else? I was looking for a sheep. That was it. But I got rudely interrupted by the possibilities of applied logistics. Right. Pigs. There's pigs everywhere, but no sheep. Got one. Once I got a second one, I don't care because I can just breed them, but I felt sure I'd seen more than one, but maybe they've just gone. Let's see, maybe over on that island, but getting it back from that island could be fun. Again, raw oil there, be useful eventually. Right, come on, please be a sheepy on this island. Cows. Lots of cows. I don't want cows, I have plenty of cows. I want a sheep. Another pig. More pigs. More pigs. Yes, oink to you too, Mr. Pig. Ah, right, we have a couple of sheep. Oh, we have lots of sheep over here. Right, I have 4 leads. Yoink. Yoink. Actually, I'm gonna... I'd rather have the white sheep because they're easier to dye things. Well, it doesn't really matter, but having the same colour sheep I think is probably useful at this point. So I'm going to get these back to base and then I'll come back and we'll see what we can do. Okay, so I've trapped the cows and the sheep in there together. I really do need to make myself a pen for both, but yeah. Right. So for the moment, what I'm going to do is see how easy it is to make a pair of shears. I mean, normally it's just that and that. Oh, that's all it is. Cool. And then let's put these in here. Or I'll lose them. Let's go from there. Right, this seems to not go in there. Where do they go to? There. Go in there. They go in there. Cool. Now, I can use saplings to make string, but I would rather see if I can make it from this. Right, so I've got 7 pieces of string. Now I wonder if I put them through the macerator, what happens? Yes, it gives me string. But how much is the question? Oh wow, 7 bits of wool got me 7 bits of string. That's terrible return on investment. So that probably will not be the way we go with this, but it might be a way for us to start off. So we also need to put this through here again, which will get us some stuff, things. This stuff, the pulsating dust. So how are we looking on power at the moment? I mean, that's still going quite nicely. Yeah, we've got like nearly got a stack of aluminium, so that's nice. Right, let's see. So we've got the actually that needs to go through the thermal centrifuge. So we'll throw that in there. Right, well, we're on most samples. So if I take 4 stacks of that, I've still got plenty left. Take my sword, put that there, that there, that there, that there, that there. That gets me plenty of string. Okay. Right. So, hostile neural networks. We need 4 of these, which is coal dust, carbon dust. So it doesn't look like you can use charcoal dust, which is slightly annoying, but I have a little bit of coal left. Actually, I'm going to try it with carbon dust. I'm going to try it. What's the worst that can happen? The worst that happens is I have some charcoal dust to make iron with. Not iron, steel with. So we need lots of this. So that's the alloy smelter 4-to-1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, let's try this. So here's the alloy smelter. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Okay, so it does have to be coal dust. There, yeah, coal dust or carbon dust. Right. So I may have to go and find some more coal soon, or at least dig some out. So that's charcoal dust, yeah. Yes, I might have to go and find some more of that to help with this. But let's throw that through there at the moment. Let's grab 1 stack out of there and just do actually half a stack. Oh, it's already all gone through. Too late. So Right, so that'll be enough to make a little bit of that stuff that we need. Let's throw that back in there. We need to make dark steel casings, which is dark steel, which is obsidian dust and steel dust. Right, so need to find a way of making obsidian. Oh, hang on, I didn't still know. That's right, so no. So I need to find a way of making a good supply of obsidian, which I know how to do once I've got hostile neural networks going, but until then, it's going to be a case of finding a lava source and putting a there's a what's it called, pump that you can use, and you could attach that to a barrel, and that will probably be the way I do it for the moment. But that's going to be a whole other sort of finding a decent supply of lava without having gone to the nether. Now this is something we need to use for the next circuits, which we need to get some stuff for. But I think that's probably going to be next episode. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let that run through with the aluminium, see how I get on with the power, see if I can make any sort of like improvements, or see what improvements I reckon might help. Whether it's just sticking, I don't know, another couple of dynamos on top of there and running more steam, because we're not using much steam at the moment, so it might just be a case of throw 4 more steam dynamos on there, because this one's still sort of like hovering around the 5k mark, and so if I can quadruple the amount of power I'm creating, that should allow us to use these machines. I mean, the other option is I put a battery, I work on batteries, and I put a battery bank in here in between. See how that goes, because I have got lithium now, and it's not that tricky to make a battery, I don't think. So we've got we've got lithium dust, so small battery hull. So if you look at that, so sodium is the lowest, lithium is 120, and cadmium is so lithium is actually the best source for a battery, and we have plenty of that, so we can make batteries, and then put them into a sort of battery box capacitor type thing on each of those machines to help us out. Just got to work out how to make them and use a packer or a canner, I think it is. So yeah, we'll look at all of that in the next episode, but I think we made some good progress there. I'm also going to go and search for some coal in the meantime, because you know we need that. Right, so actually I'll tell you what, we've got this now. We've got the carbon fibre mesh, we've got this. What does that go through? Before I go, let's quickly one of them to 4 of them. So 4, 4, 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that should get me that many. Okay, let's throw those in. And now we're going to get pulsating meshes, 8 of them. So cool. That should be enough to start off with hostile neural networks. I would say I already have a good way of making clay. I've got a few pieces here. I'm going to go and find go and get some more uranium, so I'll probably do that in between episodes. So uranium, coal, and work out power, whether we need to increase it at this moment in time or whether we can stick with steam for the minute. But anyway guys, thank you very much for being here, and I shall see you in the next episode. Bye bye.